Hey, how's it going, friends? Today I'm reviewing the Sandmarc Hybrid Pro filters, which is a combination of a circular polarizer and an ND filter, and there's three different sizes. I use, for both photography and video, I love to use polarizers, but a lot of times if I'm shooting video outside, photo is fine, I can just crank the shutter speed. But if I'm shooting video, I want to remain in the same 180-degree shutter rule, and in order to do that, I either have to crank up my aperture so it doesn't look as pretty, or use an ND filter. So instead of having to compromise with these filters, they're hybrid, so it's an ND filter and a circular polarizer. So I just pick, depending on how bright the day is, I pick the ND16, the ND32, or the ND64, depending on what I need, 4, 5, or 6 stops of reduction in light. I like to use polarizers mainly because it really deepens the blues of the skies, but another benefit is taking most of the shine, depending on where the degree of the sun is and how you can adjust your polarizer, it can take a lot of the reflection and the glare off of water or glass. So to summarize, if you don't know what an ND filter is, it's a neutral density filter. It's not meant to add or subtract any color or affect contrast or anything like that. It's just meant to pull down the light. So it's like putting sunglasses on that are not polarized. And these are actually like wearing polarized sunglasses. So it's kind of like, really like you're putting sunglasses on the front of your lens. And polarizers, like I said, they cut down the angle of the sun. You gotta, if it's a cloudy day, they won't really have too much of an impact on, like no matter how you turn it. It might improve greens and blues if there are any, but on a cloudy day, it's not really that much of a difference. But on a sunny day, or even a moderately sunny day, it really adds a lot of vibrancy to the colors. And in one of the tests, I do that with flowers. So overall, these filters combine two of my favorite filters. One's absolutely necessary for video outdoors, and the other I just like to use to cut down haze and bring out the colors and cut down reflections. So instead of narrating the tests, at the bottom you'll see what's going on, and at the top you'll see at the top right hand corner you'll see which filter I'm using for that shot. So let's check out these awesome filters. So there's a lot of cool aspects of these filters, aside from, being two different filters in one. One of them being, I didn't notice a color shift or any kind of tint to my photos and video. I have taken some photos with it, but I've done mostly videos for this review, and I haven't noticed any color cast or anything weird like I have with cheap filters all the way on up to the B&W, the more expensive filters. A lot of times I'll see like a sort of amber tint to it. Sometimes with filters it'll be green or magenta, and it's just something you have to get rid of, so it just adds an extra step. On the downside, I have a really hard time, so I keep them in order in the little case. so I know which filter's which before I put it on. They're really hard to read. It's limited space on the filter. They're fairly thin filters, but they're really hard to read the ND value. So that's just a minor thing. It's just that I found in broad daylight, when it's bright and sunny outside, when I pull the filter out of the sleeve, I have to really, really look at it and sometimes kind of shade it just to see which one I'm gonna put on. Cause you know, if you know which one you need, then you're just gonna pick that out and run with it. So I'll probably stick with these filters because I'm used to using my variable ND for video, and I usually end up around the same range, and I don't go too high with it. It usually does a pretty good job. But like I said, the addition of the polarizer really just makes me happy. All in all, I would recommend these filters to just about anybody for any budget. So thanks for checking this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section. Please subscribe and tell your friends. And remember, create, share, repeat, and keep it awesome. I'll see you next time.